and I hate to bring the B word up so early in the proceedings, but question here, once we leave the EU, who will police the environment laws we make for ourselves? It's no use if the policeman is the same as the person implementing the rules. Jan, are you concerned that once we leave the EU, if we leave the EU, that we won't have a policeman holding our government to account on environmental issues?
We will have a police referral. It will be the people who vote in the government. They should hold their elected representatives to account for what the policies are. And so, if governments keep failing to make up their policies, it should be up to the people to vote them out and bring in politicians who will keep up with their own promises. So the best policemen would be the people who go out and vote.
Brian, your views?
Yeah, just echoing what Jack said there. I think speaking to...
Microphone!
Sorry. Speaking to farmers locally, there was a real fear if Brexit did happen that we'd have a different tier system across the country when it comes to regulating farms and farm production. And there is a genuine concern even for farmers who previously wanted to leave, but now have the realisation of what their concerns are. So I think all of us together, whoever's in government, who's elected MP, who's in council, has to ensure there's a consistent approach to how we regulate and how we monitor, and go back to that word, accountable. If it's not working, the people who's in positions of power have to be accountable, and if necessary, removed from their positions.
Perhaps we can just broaden that question a little bit further and move on, not just from the monitoring of the EU over our environmental policies here, but also perhaps looking at the broader effect that leaving the EU might have on environmental issues in the UK. Andrew?
Thank you. Well, there are other organisations, of course. The International Panel on Climate Change will still exist, and we have the Paris Climate Agreement, which we're actually not keeping to. But I think it comes down to trust and honesty. And just today, Grant Shapps has announced that he's going to planning to, or promising, or suggesting that they might invest £500 million to restore 5,000 miles of railway track. I don't know how he's done his calculation, but it actually costs £2 million per mile. So actually, that's the sort of level of honesty and dishonesty that we've come to expect. And indeed, we're facing the prospect of having a Prime Minister, if indeed the Conservatives do win the election, who has been sacked several times for lying. I don't think we can accept that it can be honesty from that particular sort of government. Just to move on to how we will police the environmental policies of a Liberal Democrat government. As I said before, we would set up citizens' assemblies. We would also set up a Just Transition Commission, which would allow people to manage the changes in the environment and the economy so that it didn't affect people unjustly. So rather, as Brian was saying earlier on, that's a really important thing, that the effects of our economic changes are shared across the society.
Thank you very much. David, would you like to respond to some of those?
Well, I can... Sorry. Well, I did mention earlier the environmental bill, and really that's put in place to deal with the post-EU landscape. It's described as building a new system of green governance and accountability. It will include the setting up of the Office for Environmental Protection, which will be set up with a statutory footing. It will have the power to scrutinise environmental policy and law, investigate complaints and take enforcement action. Climate change legislation will become within the enforcement remit of the Office for Environmental Protection. And The government's 25-year environmental plan will also establish in statute and a set of environmental principles, such as the polluter pays principle, will be introduced to guide future policy making. A framework of legally binding environmental targets will be put in place in 4 priority areas: air quality, waste and resource efficiency, water and nature. These will drive action by business and stakeholders to deliver environmental improvements as well as sustainable economic growth. Regarding plastics, which has been mentioned already tonight, surprisingly, new government powers to set resource efficiency standards for products will drive market and consumer behaviour towards durable, repairable and recyclable products. The bill will also enable greater local action to combat air pollution. The bill will better allow local government structures and public bodies to tackle emissions from coal and wood. It will further bring forward power for the government to be able to recall vehicles and machinery should they fail to meet legal emission standards. There will also be a legally binding targets for particulate matter, which is the pollutant which the greatest impact on human health. It will also introduce mandatory biodiversity net gain, and as a consequence, new developments will enhance biodiversity and help deliver thriving natural spaces for communities.
I don't blame anybody for being concerned about the European policies like the Common Agricultural Policy. We can do so much better than that. I mean, Dave was absolutely right to criticise it. But out of the frying pan into the fire. The second we sign a new trade deal with New Zealand, what happens to our local sheep farmers? The second we sign a new trade deal with America, imports of food will be top on the list. And so we've got battery farmed cattle being pumped full of antibiotics, pouring into this country and making sure that our farmers will either have to adopt the same low standards or go out of business. Chlorinated chicken. It's not the chlorination that's the problem. It's the practices they indulge in that make the chlorination necessary. And they mass produce on such levels that our farmers, again, won't be able to compete. A race to the bottom out of lower standards. So, yeah, we're but what we're being policed by is US corporate lawyers. And I don't want that.
We've clearly stirred up passions a little bit there. Thank you very much, Andy, on that one. I hesitate to move away from those big global issues, but I'm